UAD plugins might be a little overrated unless you do this. When it comes to recording vocals with plugins, there's a lot of people that's on this side of the fence and this side of it. And me personally, I don't care what side of the fence you on, but if you want to get your raw vocals to sound better, make sure you like the video and stick with me to the end. First up, let's ask ChatGPT. Advantages: zero latency monitoring, studio quality plugins, commitment to sound, creative inspiration, recreates analog workflow. With this method, you got to be careful. Here's the UAD console, all right? This is supposed to recreate the studio workflow. Unison, people tend to put their preamp here, okay? So watch this. If I hit my pre, now I can turn it down. You see that? Like, that's moving. I'm controlling my pre. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can control that with the Apollo Twin with the knob, right? So you can hear the signal. So this would be being printed, right? Because I got it on UAD record. And then the phantom power is on. I'm cutting off some low end right here. And then on my insert, I have the tube tech. These two plugins are often used in tandem, right? Need 1073 into the tube tech. A lot of industry vocal chains start off with these two pieces of gear. Whether it's the plug-in version or the analog version, you cannot go wrong with these two. So if you want to get a good recording and you have these plugins, you can use these plugins to get a good recording. If you go to a studio, there is a 80% chance they're gonna have the Neve and the tube tech. And I'm pretty sure there's a 90% chance they're gonna have some version of the Neve 1073. It could be the warm audio one, it could be the BAE, it could be the Heritage Audio, like any type of clone version of the 1073, right? And then if you don't see the tube tech, you're gonna see 1176s, you're gonna see LA2As, you're gonna see distressors, you're gonna see Manley Vox boxes, you're gonna see Avalons. You know, there's a lot of different industry vocal chains that you can create within this console because the UAD, they model a lot of the analog gear that is used in professional studios. Personally, I got my own custom preset pack for the tube tech, you know, so that's going to be in the description below. But the beautiful thing about the console is we have the option to monitor only and record, right, if we want. So monitor is not gonna print, all right? It's not gonna treat it like you're in the studio. You're gonna have your 100% raw vocals without any type of compression, any type of preamp or EQ changes at all. Me personally, I don't record like that. I used to work in a professional studio, so the Neve, the tube tech, all of that, whatever we did on the gear, that was stuck on the vocal before it went into Pro Tools, right? So that's just one thing we need to be aware of. So if I add a de-esser here, a EQ here, and make adjustments, that's gonna be on the vocal. But you see how I have it set up, right? So we're hearing the preamp and we're hearing the compression going on. So like you can tell the difference. If I turn that off, we can hear a difference in my vocal. And I turn it back on, my vocal pops out more, it's fuller, all right? And you see it's muted here, and it's turned all the way down because I don't want to hear myself double inside of FL Studio, right? And for the people that don't want to print their auto-tune in case they want to go back and change the settings or use Melodyne and other things like that, don't put your auto-tune inside of the console, okay? All right? Don't put your auto-tune inside of the console. If you're printing, only put the things that you want to print inside of your console, all right? So when I go back over here, the auto tune is here, and I can turn it on, and I got tune, and I'm not gonna print the tune. I'm only gonna print the Neve 1073 and the tube tech, all right? But to add to the main point of the video, UAD plugins are overrated if you're not gonna treat them like you're in a studio. If you're not gonna print, if you're not going to use your console, if you're not going to use these plugins the way they were intended for it to be used, you might feel like they're overrated, right? You might fall into the hype of buying an Apollo Twin because you see everyone in the industry using it, but you have to understand they're using it because they're using gear in the studio, and then when they're on the go, in and out of hotels, they have the plug-in version of the gear that they use in studios, and they record and they treat it the way they would in the studio. So a lot of people would be like, those plugins are overrated. They cost too much, and it's like they do this for a reason, right? It's supposed to be to recreate the studio workflow. And you don't have to have these plugins, the UAD. You can get the native ones. I've shown people how to print in FL, Logic, Pro Tools. You don't really need an Apollo Twin to do this workflow, but if you have UAD plugins, not the native ones, right? If you need the ones, if you got the ones that are Apollo version, and you're feeling like they're overrated, it's because you're not using it the correct way. Use your plugins the way they was intended, right? Or just do what you want. Because me personally, I don't like putting the Need 1073 in unison. Like, I hate it with a passion. But watch this, just to show you like how this is gonna work. So like, watch me. I'm gonna sit here and make like a telephone vocal, right? Right. I haven't did anything in here. All right. So turn this on, and then watch this right here. So sign into track 2 and record. That's it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, baby, in my bed. I'm in my bed, baby. Yeah, I've been 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 in my bed. Okay, so watch this. Let's put everything back. Put it back. Put it back. Alright, so here we go. This is what it's like when I play it back, so that should be printed on, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, it's nothing here. Nothing on there but the tune. Yeah, baby, in my bed. I'm in my bed, baby. Yeah, I'm in my bed, baby. Yeah, I'm in my bed, baby. You see, the auto tune wasn't printed because we didn't print the tune. All right, so we can go back and add that as we wanted to. I over exaggerated the effect just to show you the printing part of it, like, and I was moving the knobs around to over exaggerate, right? But clearly you wouldn't want to do that when you're recording your lead vocal, your dubs and your runs, and you know what I'm saying, your ad libs and stuff like that, right? So, but overall, this is gonna be one of those things where it's more of a preference thing. What do you prefer? Like, what do you want? What helps your workflow? Because if you use the UAD console, if you print, you can speed up your mixing process. You can make your recording process fun. You can get better at recording, right? You're gonna make it easier on your engineer, right? Because they're gonna be like, yo, these vocals already sound 80% of the way done. You know what I'm saying? Like, your rough mixes aren't gonna sound so rough. You feel me? So just take it into consideration on what you want to do when it comes to recording. But, you know, there's a lot of people that feel like UAD plugins are overrated. That's just because they're not using it the way they're supposed to use it.